What up, chums? How are you? Good to see you. My name is Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us for second show of the day. It's Thursday. The sun is shining outside. Well, I think it's still shining. We haven't actually been outside in between shows, but I am having confirmation in my ear from Nicola that the sun is shining, so that is all good. Hopefully we'll get some vitamin D in between this show and the next. And of course, the next show that we've got coming up for you tonight, live at 5, is Cartload. It is the kick-off, I suppose, if you like, of our summer sale. First sort of live kick-off of that. Loads of great deals coming your way. And if Colorista is something you're interested in, that will be the show for you. This here show is an award-winning show. It is one of our craft-alongs. We'll be concentrating on the paper flowers collection. We have got the bundle on its own. We've also got a showstopper deal for you too, which I will take you through in just a little while. Also, just to mention, be nice and interactive with us again in this show. We really enjoyed all of the chit-chat in the last show. If you do chat in this show, you could be winning. We've got another great bundle of goodies to give away. Got one of our die-cut gift bag pads. We've got sparkle pens. We have got our creator bow dies and also a set of our animal stamp and dies. So all of that is going to go to somebody who just says hello in this show, asks a question, wishes Craig a happy birthday for tomorrow, or just generally says hello, whatever you fancy. So do get in touch and we will announce the winner of that at the end of the show. As I say, it is an award-winning show, a craft along where we do a project in real time, so you've got the ability to be able to craft along with us should you wish, if you've already got this kit. You can save the show, buy the kit today and then craft along at a later date, or indeed if you've already got it and you can't craft along now, again you can come back to it a little bit later. Shall we though say hello to the man who's going to be taking you through the next 50 odd minutes? I mean, they will be odd as well because it's me and him. It is the one and only Mr. Craig Laird, looking very summery over there as well.
Thank you very much. Yes, you are as well. So diving into our craft along, and this is what we're going to be making. Now, if you do also want to have the written instructions, I have about half an hour ago posted them across on my Craig Laird CC Facebook page, so feel free to follow along, feel free to copy and paste, feel free to print if you want to, and use time and time again. But if you head across there, you will get the instructions. You will also get the material guide. However, we're going to tell you that right now with the first slide. So what you're going to need is the paper flower die set, the spring tone 5x5 paper pad, which originally came with it, Enchanted Ocean 12x12 paper pad, but just need one sheet. You're also needing your A4 luxury linen cardstock from the Enchanted Ocean, Honeysuckle Sweet Sentiment stamp set, Circle Nesting dies, Flagstone waterproof ink pad, A3 white multi-purpose cardstock. This is to make your 7x7 card blank, and some silver A4 luxury card. I'm using a silver satin. And then the only additional things you're going to need, I'm going to be using the G2. You're going to need your Scoremaster or your large scoreboard, scissors, pokey tool, all-purpose glue. You're going to need tacky glue, foam pads and tape, hot glue gun, and what I'm also going to add to that, some tacky glue. I've obviously said that. Some glue gel, chunky glue is what you're going to need as well.
There we go. Hello to... Who's on the socials? Is it Rachel? Rachel. I couldn't see for a second. Hi, Rachel. Lois has joined us from Ohio. Carol Byrne says, hello, hope you're all well. Big word of bird. Hello to Alison Jarrett, who says, good afternoon, everyone. We have sunshine in South Wales. Thank goodness the sunshine has arrived in Wales as well. We've got it here in England, which is marvellous. Teresa says, good morning. Mary Beth Doyle says, hello, everyone, from Minnesota. Hello. Lynn Morton says, afternoon. I again, crafters, Newcastle. And man. And Tori Everhart, oh, I love your surname, Tori Everhart, says, hello, I love watching you two. Well, we love the fact that you love watching us, and we are so happy that you're all in and ready to enjoy the show today. Are you okay over there? You're grimacing. You've had a bit of a horrible drink, have you there?
Yeah.
Is it out of the vending machine?
Yes.
I don't know. I just looked across, he was like this. Oh.
£1.80 as well, so I'm going to have to drink it.
Yikes. You can't get your money back, can you? Can't get your money back. Right, let me quickly whiz you through everything that you could be picking up in this show, and then we'll get on with the craft along. I love this, by the way. That is one of my favourite makes. Who was that did that? Carol. Absolutely fan-blooming-tastic. Carol Lorriman, take a bow, because that is amazing. I love that box as well. These are the paper flower dies that you're going to be picking up if you haven't yet got them. What you get within your set is, and this is the showstopper, all of those dials. And as I said, when I saw them initially, I was like, oh, they look like little fossils. They do sort of look like fossils, don't they? If you sort of cut them out and put them on a card. Maybe you've got someone who is a, is it paleontologist? It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Ross from Friends.
Yeah, loves fossils. Dinosaur people, dinosaur peeps. But anyway, they are not, because once you curl these up, whether you use yourself a quilling tool or a pair of tweezers or poke tool, whatever, or even your fingers like Lily does, you can create these beautiful florals. You've got all the foliage to go with as well, plus you do get your 48 sheet paper pad as well. So all of the colours within that board that you're seeing there come to you in the paper pad. If you go for the showstopper, you are only actually paying an extra £16 or the long pause means I've forgotten. $39, and you are going to get £26 worth, or nope, not going to get the numbers. So to get this showstopper, you're paying an extra £16.52 or £25.58 instead of paying £26 or $39. Boom. I told you I wouldn't remember the numbers. Should have written them down, Ben. I know. What you get on for your money, basically, is your Colour Your World Lily cardstock, 24 sheets. You're going to get your Enchanted Ocean 6x6 paper pad, and you're also going to get your Honeysuckle Collection 6x6 pad. So all of that is in there as an added extra for you, £40 or $52. If you just want the paper flower collection on its own with the paper pad, of course you can go down that line too, and also that is on the web. I need to lie down. I think it was all the excitement earlier on from Craig's birthday show and all of the cake and stuff. Give me a shout if you need out, Craig, but I'm throwing over to you now. You've only got 50 minutes. Is that going to be long enough?
Oh, we'll get it fitting in, no problem at all, but we might be close to the end. So let's dive straight in. Now, first and foremost, if you don't have A3 cardstock, don't worry. Get your A4 card and cut 2 sheets to 7" by 7", and on one of them you're going to do a score line, maybe about ½ an inch, and join that at the top. That's then going to create your 7x7 card. As it is here, I have got my A3 card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this at 7". I'm doing it slightly different than what I've done on my written instructions, but you can follow along what's on the written, or I find it easier just doing it this way here. So scored at 7 inches, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to then just press and burnish that. You'll notice that I didn't have quite smooth A3 left, so what I've done is I've used my A3 Centura Pearl, and I'll have the Centura Pearl on the inside. You can have it on the outside, it's up to you. So now what we can do is we can go in and let's cut it at 7" with our guillotine. So let's line that up to the 7 inches, turn that around, line that up to the 7 inches, and now we've got our 7x7 card blank, and I'm doing it as a top fold. So once you've got that, let's actually keep my guillotine for now. Yeah. We're then going to go on, now this is where I will start to follow the instructions that I've put in. We're going to take a piece of the pattern paper from the Enchanted Ocean, and we're going to cut that one to 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. So we're going to line that up, cut 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. It doesn't really matter what part of the paper you have shown. Once you've got that to 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, what we're then going to do is we're going to take a piece of your silver card. Now, as I said at the start, I'm using our silver satin, but it could be mirror, it could be glitter. It's entirely up to you. And then we're going to cut this at 1/4 inch bigger. Yeah. So therefore, it's going to be 6 1/2 by 6 1/2 inches. Now, we'll re-go over these measurements in a moment. And then once you've got your 6 1/2 by 6 1/2, what we're then going to do is take some of the deep purple linen cardstock from the Enchanted Ocean. And this one, we're also then going to cut 1/4 inch bigger, which is then going to be 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. Now, if you want to gut the centre of your card, then of course you can do. For time and for the demo, I'm not. But what you've then got is you've got your 7x7 card blank, and I'm doing it as a top fold or 10th fold. You've then got your pattern paper, which we've cut to 6¼ inches by 6¼ We've then got our satin silver that we've then cut to 6½ by 6½ inches. And then we've also now got our purple linen that we've then cut to that one 6¾ by 6¾ So we're going to mat and layer these together. Now you can use your tape runners, you can use your choice of adhesive. I'm going to go in with my tacky glue. At home, I know many of you know when I've got the time, I like to use my double-sided tissue tape. But for the sake of the show, a little bit of time, and then it also gives you that little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah.
We're going to go in, and then we're just going to mat and layer these ones to start with. Matting and layering them, and then we can go onto the middle panel, because we're wanting to build our floral wreath onto a mid panel. So let's position that into place here. Press that in. You've got your perfect 1/4 inch increment mat and layers. We're then going to work our way round, all the way round. Now this is our tacky glue. I would always suggest use your small applicator, because that then means you get minimal amount and it is the best way to stick. A lot of people sometimes think, Ben, with glue, the more you use, the better the stick.
Yeah.
It's actually the complete opposite. The more you use, the more it can bend and buckle and saturate your card, so you only need a small amount. So we've got our 7x7 card blank ready to go and ready to build on top. So if we sit that one out there for now, and then we can then go back into our guillotine. Now what we're then going to do is we're then going to take a piece of white cardstock. So we're going to go in with our white cardstock and we're going to cut that to 4½ inches by 4½ inches. So this, Ben, is where we're going to just shortly start to build up our floral wreath. We're then now going to take a piece of silver satin. So we should have enough from that little panel we have left, which we do. And that one, we're then going to come along and we're going to cut to 4¾ by 4¾ So our white cardstock, 4½ inches by 4½ inches. We've then got our silver satin cardstock, 4¾ by 4¾ And then we're going to take another piece of that purple that we've got left, and then that is just shy of 5 inch. So I'm going to take another piece here that I've got left over, and we're going to cut that to 5 by 5 inches. We're going to do exactly the same, and then that is mat and layer it. But what we'll do is, if we mat and layer these, and then I've put on the list there your circle nesting dies.
Yeah.
Now we are going to be using them for our sentiment, but what we're also then going to do is we're going to use them. Let's pop it onto our silver satin first. We're going to use one of the circle nesting dies as a little bit like a template, because if you think, if I just while I'm gluing this, when it comes to that circular foliage leaf wreath, if you're a little bit worried about getting, as close to a perfect circle, take a circular object, we're going to use our nesting dies, and draw around with a pencil.
Oh yeah.
And then follow that. So if I press that one in here, and we've then got our base, and then you don't even need to worry about running or rubbing the pencil lines out, because you're not going to see them. So let's go in. I've got one of our old style nesting dies, and I'm just at the moment I'm randomly picking. Let's have a look at that one. So it's maybe just a little bit too big for the edges. So let's go the next size down. I think that's going to be perfect, because we want to have that little bit of give, top, bottom, and then the side. So for anyone that does want to know, if you've got your stitched edge nesting dies, I'm going to use the one that's 3¼ by 3¼ I'm then just going to, see, here we go, grab a pencil.
Yep.
And I'm going to get that as close to the centre, but you don't need to worry because you're not going to see it. And then what we're going to do is draw around it. And now that, Ben, is going to give us our template to start to layer the flowers all the way round. So I think what I'll do is let's pop this onto here with our foam pads.
Yeah.
And then we will take a little break so that anyone can catch up. And then it means that when we come back to myself, we can crack on with the actual die cutting and forming the flowers.
Well,
so I think that would work.
Yeah, whilst we do that, we can read a few comments as well. Happy birthday, Craig, says Madge.
Thank you.
Hello, Ben. You both look very dashing, she says. Thank you, Madge. Thank you. Alison Jarrett says, been waiting for this set to be used. Not used mine yet, so I'm excited to see this. Cindy says, my paper flower dies just arrived. Now I need to find time to play. And happy birthday to all you beautiful craft educators, says Robin Lane. And thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. 'Cause it's Becky's today and Debbie Fisher's tomorrow as well.
Yeah, and Craig's tomorrow.
Yeah, mine as well.
Cindy Conley says, I can't hardly stand to cover up those lovely turtles on the back of the paper. I know. It's a turtle disaster when you do that, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And hi to Urana, who says, I got up at 6 a.m. PT to watch live. Well, we appreciate you for that. And there you go, it's finished.
There you go, finished. Right, see you later on.
Beautiful.
No, there we go, we'll pause there. So if anyone needs to catch up with the mats and layers, and then when we come back, we can then start with the die cutting.
Tacky glue is my favourite glue because I can't be tacky, says Cindy. And also, I must just mention, if you do shop with us today, I think the fact that we're in celebratory mood, because it's obviously Becky Swan's birthday today, Craig's birthday tomorrow, Fisher's birthday tomorrow. If you shop with us and spend over 10 today, you'll get a free gift. Ooh! Yeah. All you got to do
gift, you say?
Free gift, you say? Spend 10, you must. And it will be automatically added into your basket. So do check that out. Also to mention as well as we go to a quick break, it is the last day for the outlet clearance today. So if you see any deals there that you love, grab them whilst you can. And more deals coming your way tonight as we kick off our summer sale. Just sales, sales and sales, isn't it? Loads of great deals wherever you look. And grab this too. If you want to be able to make Craig's project, obviously, you will need to grab the Paper Flowers collection, whether you go showstopper or just for the collection on its own. It's entirely up to you. But listen, we will have a short break and we'll meet you back here in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different, but always a predominant focus on the products, how they're working, the new products that we're bringing out, a lot of research and development. When we get to see the finished article, way before anybody at home gets to see it, it arrives and we get to unpack it and experience it and try it, that gives us all a massive buzz. I can't be getting out of bed too early, and I like to get to bed. 9 o'clock's the new 10 p.m. Tea all day long, black, no sugar, thank you. I tend to miss breakfast, which isn't great, and if I have something when I come in the office, then that's going to be yogurt and fruit. My face, all of the makeup that makes this, nobody's seeing this without that on. Probably a baked potato or a salad or something egg-based. Ooh, craft along a masterclass. I'm going to say masterclass, and that's because I love to educate. One song that would be the theme tune to my life, it would be Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. Pour a gin and tonic. First thing I do. Get in the house, gin and tonic, decompress the day, and then plan what I'm going to do that night.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Come in. What a fantastic idea, Craig, says Terry H. Janelle says, Craig, may your birthday be stupid-fandabulous.
Oh, I thought you were right to say merry and bright, getting in the Christmas spirit.
May your day...
I actually made a Christmas card last night.
Hey, well, 'tis the season to make
indeed.
Christmas cards. La 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 la. Who did you make a Christmas card for?
It was using our corner flourishing cutting dies.
Oh, yeah.
That were launched a couple of weeks ago. I've got them on Hobby Maker next week, and I thought, I know, let's just show you how you can also turn them into a Christmas card. There's a picture on my Instagram and Facebook page. However, it's not the first Christmas card of 2024 that I've made. Can't quite show and share what I've used to make my first Christmas card. All will be apparent in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay. Craig, wishing you a very happy birthday for tomorrow, says Evelyn Kiefer.
Thank you very much.
Mandy Robson says, my parcel from Tuesday is coming today and it will have the photo of Ben and Craig in.
Yes!
And Sherlan Telsford says, happy birthday to Craig for tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget, if you shop today as well, you will get a free gift when you spend over 10. So it's a mystery bag. What's in the bag? Don't know. It's a mystery. But let us know what is in your bag when you spend 10 today. Thank you, Samantha Jones. She says, have a happy birthday tomorrow to Craig. Right, what have we got? Half an hour. So we are going to make the flowers now, are we?
We are indeed. So let's go in. I'm going to be using my big plate so we can cut all the flowers at once. So for this one, let's go at the one with the larger open curved petals. Let's do that on some of the deep purple that we used for the mats and layers. Then when it comes to this more closed, like deep scallop petals, let's add that on to some kind of lighter lilac that's also within that A4 linen cardstock from Enchanted Ocean. And let's go for the spiky one, where we're going to use that one on to some of the leftover white cardstock. So we're going to pop that into here. Let's then take some of the green. So this is just some of the green, Ben, from that 5x5 pad that you get included. And what I am also going to do, now I know I'm not a big fan of double cutting 2 layers at once. I am going to do it because we'll need quite a few. So I'm just going to start to position some of these onto my layer. So I've got a light green and then I've also got a dark green. And what we're doing is we're going to layer these ones on here. Let's take some more and let's cut that. These are good ones. These smaller ones, if you need to do quite a few, they're a good one to use with the Gemini Mini.
Oh, yeah.
So you can do that, as I say, for sake of time. And for anyone wondering, well, why don't you like to do like double cut when you've got the Gemini that has the pressure to do that? Simply because you always find the layer underneath doesn't quite have that nice, sharp, crisp, clean cut the top layer have always got that nice curve, that nice cut.
Yeah.
And the underneath layer can sometimes be a little bit feathery. So that's why I'm not a big fan of doing it. There's a time and a place when to do it, and this is one.
Okay.
So we're lining these. So we only need these 3 flowers, and we'll maybe cut these ones another few times. It's always better to have more than not enough. Base plate, frosted, and base plate, card and die, magnetic shim, and then our frosted and top plate. Running that one through there. The actual flowers, they won't fit through the mini, but then they will go through like the midi. They'll go through any die cutting machine, size dependent of course. So even if you've not got a G2 or an OG, don't worry, it will still work.
Yeah.
You might just need to check your plate configuration for that machine. So we're going to take these ones out. Think about your waste, because that would be good for stenciling through if you know someone that's into, you know, your paleontology or anything like that.
Ross and Friends.
Ross from Friends. Ross from Friends. Oh gosh, what a character.
That's on in our house every single day. Friends.
Between that and the Big Bang Theory for me.
Oh, do you watch Friends a lot as well then?
Oh yeah.
I think I said this previously. I feel like I've watched all of the Friends episodes without watching them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, what I'll sometimes do, and you know, just safety alert here, I don't watch, but if I'm driving quite a while, you know, from here to Hobbymaker or something like that,
yeah,
I'll put Friends on Netflix and put it on my in-car stereo.
Oh yeah.
So obviously I turn my phone round,
yeah,
so I can't see it, but then I can listen to it as I'm driving, a little bit like an audiobook. And because I've seen it that many times, I can follow the story. I can follow the episode because I know exactly.
Yeah.
I know exactly what's happening. Yeah. So you know, do that.
Yeah.
So
I do that sometimes. Like if it's say if there's like a sporting event on that there's not commentary for, and I know it's on TV, I'll do that and just like listen to the audio of the TV commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to do, and it does pass the time.
Yeah, it does.
Do have to stress, if you're going to do it, please make sure
your
phone is not in vision. But
no.
Yeah.
I also think as well, like, if I'm on a long journey, I find time passes quicker if you're listening to someone
100%.
speaking than music for some reason.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was like my last trip to Hobbymaker, although I'd had Yvette Fielding's autobiography, I also bought it on audiobook.
Oh yeah.
And within one drive down and one drive back, I'd listened to it all. And because it's her actual voice as well,
oh yeah,
I just find that makes a difference too. So it really does pass time. And I can understand why, like Debbie Fisher, she listens to a lot of audiobooks in the car because it really does pass the time.
I think I said to you recently, so there's a couple of books which I picked up recently. So Kevin Sinfield, who's the ex-rugby player who did all of those runs and challenges for Rob Burrow, the rugby player who got MND, who's now sadly passed away at the start of this month. So I bought both of their books in hardback, started reading them, but then had a few sort of long card journeys to do, then downloaded the audiobook for both of them. And I really enjoyed it, like starting the book and then finishing it with the audio. But again, in both cases, it was their voices. And it's something quite nice about hearing the author or hearing the person who's the book's about reading their own words, isn't it?
It is. It really is, yeah, because you know you're listening to their life story in their own words with a voice that you're familiar with. And it's just, I don't know, I think it does make a difference for sure.
Quick question, watching you make the flowers. Yeah. Celie says, I don't have any linen card. What is the difference from that to other card stock?
So linen's just a texture.
Yeah.
So linen's just a texture. So if you don't have linen, don't worry about it.
No.
White smooth or watercolour card could be a good one. So yeah, you can always use that.
Yeah, it's 250 GSM, the linen card stock, isn't it? So
it's right about that, yeah. So we're going to go in with the first one here, and what I've done is I've just lightly bent the petals backwards. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do, if you've got a quilling tool, then great, you can use that. If not, your tweezers. I tend to start with my tweezers, and then what we'll do is then we'll move on to my fingers. Now what I have also done, and I'm just going to stop there, and I don't add glue all the way round, but what I'll do is I'll start off and then we're just going to start to twist. And then when it comes to like into that one there, I'm going to bend in on itself, and then we're going to start to work our way around. Every now and again, what we're going to do is we're just going to add a little bit of glue. What I need to do as well, did I not turn on my hot glue? Let's turn on my hot glue. And then we're just going to continue. Don't worry if it looks semi-flat at the moment, because we can start to ruffle it up and start to bend the petals back so that we're starting to get a really, really lovely openness to that floral. Add a little bit more and keep quilling.
A couple of comments and a random question, but I quite like it. Happy birthday for tomorrow, says Becky Haas. Craig, it's my birthday today.
Oh, brilliant.
Happy birthday.
Is that Becky?
Becky Haas.
Becky Haas. Happy birthday, Becky.
Will you share a birthday with our Becky? Becky? Wasn't there a wrestler with the surname Haas? There was, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Charlie Haas.
Charlie Haas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who used to tag team with Shelton Benjamin.
That's right, yeah.
Look at him.
Ain't no stopping me, no.
Hi to Shaz, who says, my Ben and Craig photo will be here today too, but it's not my first. Ha-ha.
Wow.
Look at you. Shut up, Jamie. And, and Cindy says, so Craig and Ben, how is traffic on your roadways in the UK? Random question, but I like it. I think it depends where you are, really. But I think, like round here, the traffic's not so bad. I mean, I used to live down about 40 miles outside of London when I was back in Buckinghamshire. You want to drive on some of the roads in London, you know about it. The M25, which is the motorway which goes around the outside of London, that's one of the worst motorways you will ever drive. It is, Nicola, I was just about to say, it's not a motorway, more of a car park.
Yeah.
I
Do
would
you know
also
what road's really bad just now?
Yeah.
Going past the Metro Centre.
Oh,
the
yes.
Of Gateshead.
Up the A1M.
Oh, they've been doing roadworks for like years now.
Yeah. Team Valley, isn't it, as you
Yeah.
go past the Metro Centre?
Yeah. Past, as it goes, or just as you pass through the Angel of the North.
But other roads, the M6 is a bad road, I would say, a bad motorway. The M5, whenever you head down to Devon, down to my neck of the woods, the M5 around Bristol is absolutely horrendous. It's getting really boring now. It's where the M5 meets the M4, and those two motorways cross. No matter when you drive there, it's pretty horrendous. I just think generally, though, like traffic's got a lot worse, hasn't it, over the last sort of
still not fixing all the potholes.
10, 15 years. No, they're not fixing all the potholes. You're right. Lots of potholes.
Another story, though, isn't
They
it?
seem to just sort of put that, like sort of like a temporary solution in, don't they? There's loads around our village, and they'll fill them, and they're, oh, that's brilliant. And then about 2 weeks later,
After it's chipped your car.
yeah, it's all rubbish again. What are the roads like in the US? I have a feeling the roads probably aren't as bad because you're bigger over there, aren't you? So.
Yeah, no, what's the max? The max we can have is like 4 lanes, isn't it? Some of them in America, you've got like 6 lanes or 7 lanes.
Serious?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know the best places I ever drove, and I loved it, and you did, you had to pay like a little toll every time, which was fine, it wasn't much. France.
Right.
The motorways in France, you don't see a soul on them. It was. I think because like you have to pay like when you come on and off, but I'd rather pay a bit of money and have. I thought yes, the motorway in Germany, that's Autobahn. I think you can go whatever speed you want on the Autobahn, can't you?
I can't remember. When me and Debbie used to go, neither of us kind of had the confidence at that point to actually drive.
Oh, okay.
And I was getting close to building my confidence to actually drive.
It's easy.
And then obviously COVID hit and we didn't go back. So
I've driven my car abroad, and I've also driven a foreign car abroad, like when the wheel's on the other side. That is a bit weird because obviously the gear stick's back to front. Right, okay. Which is a bit strange. Takes a bit of time to get used to. But the pedals are still the right way round. It's a bit confusing. Anyway, that was your motorway chat. Says Lynn Morton, like Yvette, was her book good, Craig, and worth the buy?
Oh, 100%. She was completely honest. For over 20 years, like a lot of Most Haunted fans, wanted to know what exactly went on between Most Haunted and Derek Agora, because there was a lot of stuff, a lot of negativity. And she
Really?
never really talked about it. She did in the book. She
Oh.
was completely honest, so it was completely fascinating. So yeah, really good. She talked obviously about her time she started at Blue Peter, the youngest presenter. And I think to date she was still technically the youngest presenter.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to Blue Peter. You know, the jobs that she's had. A lot of it was starting off, you know, Most Haunted, obviously every channel were like, no one will watch it, no one will watch it. And then eventually one of the commissioners at Living TV actually watched it, enjoyed it and said, right, okay, I want a full series. Had the full series. Within a couple of episodes he says, right, I want another full series. And it's what saved Living TV.
No way.
It's what saved Living TV, and to this day, whenever they do new episodes, even past episodes, it beats the viewers that the American paranormal shows get. And that's why America, current American channels will not show Most Haunted, like new episodes that they do, because they don't like the fact that a UK paranormal show is beating the viewers on every American paranormal show.
Well, there you go.
So there you go. Yep.
Interesting stuff.
It really is an interesting read.
Do they bring out a new series every year then?
So, well, what they do now, because they're not on a channel as such, they put them onto, they've got an app, but they also put them on their YouTube channel. But they've not really done a lot of new ones lately because they've just taken a break from their theatre tour
Yeah.
that they do, which they were only going to do a few, and they can't believe. And this was when I spoke to Carol the night of the Bette Fielding's book signing. He says that they just keep selling out, the theatre's selling out, and that's why they're away to do another run as well, just shortly.
Question come in. Altia says, the glue gun is on its way to me.
Yes.
When I use the glue, is it directly dry?
Directly
So
dry.
I think, does it? How quick does it dry? How long have you got, I think, is the question.
Well, there's that one dry.
Right.
We've just done that.
So the advantage of using a hot glue gun over a normal glue, then what is...
Pretty much instant. So
Right.
if you use obviously a glue gel, you need to at least leave that overnight to dry. If you use tacky glue, I wouldn't use tacky glue to actually form it at the base, because you need something with a little bit of strength and structure. So therefore your hot glue is going to be the best one. But as I say, these are all now dry. Obviously it's a hot glue gun, so as you're applying it, do be careful.
Yeah.
But then just within 20 seconds or so, they're dry, they're ready to go. And those are my 3 main flowers that we've got.
Yeah.
So what we're then just going to do, Ben, is just using the last bit of the green card. Let's cut another load of the actual leaves, and then we'll start to assemble our card.
Happy birthday for tomorrow, Craig, says Leslie Smith. And Chazelle says, as it's my birthday next week, my daughter has put some money in my bank and told me to fill my boots with goodies.
Oh, nice.
That is a nice daughter. What are you getting, Shaz? That's the question. That is Shaz Earl. Yes, so I think, Shaz, you're in Torbay, aren't you? I think you are. Mary Pat says, Craig is explaining everything so well, so no questions yet.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
Alison Jarrett says, I'm waiting for Paloma Faith's audiobook. Heard her talking about it, and it sounds awesome. And Pat Demarest says, over the pond in New Jersey, we have a few highways that you have to pay to use. It wasn't too bad, but over the years, the cost has skyrocketed, and because of all the trucks, sometimes the roads are not the best as you had.
Okay.
North, she says.
I tell you what, Ben, seeing as now that's all my elements cut, shall we take a little break to let anyone catch up? And then I'll not do anything else. Once we come back, we can start to assemble it.
Just to say as well, we will take a little break, give you time to check out. We're after your comments, please. Even if you just say hello, you'll be automatically popped into the draw to win our little pile of goodies that we've got. We're in a bit of a celebratory mood because it's birthday, a go-go today. Becky's birthday tomorrow. It is Debbie's birthday tomorrow. It's Craig's birthday tomorrow. Birthday-a-palooza it is. So we've got the gift bag pad to give away. We have got... 2 Stampin' Die sets, and also some sparkle pens in the soft pastels. So all you've got to do to be in with a chance of winning that is say hello, send in a comment, ask a question, whatever you like, really. We are going to take a short break. We'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time with the final sort of construction of the project. We'll announce the winner, and then we will be done. We'll see you back here in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along, because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes to the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive market and suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
No, Ben, says Chazelle, I'm in Birmingham. Why did we think you were in Devon? I know Elizabeth. Oh, it's Sharon, I think. There's a Sharon in Devon. And obviously Elizabeth is in Goodrington currently. Craig, I love the flowers you've made, says Cindy. And Kathy says, I'm looking forward to having to play with these dies. Make such pretty flowers. Get the showstopper. Indeed, if you just want the dies and the paper pad on its own, you can. Amanda says, hi, Ben and Craig. Happy birthday to you. It's my birthday on Monday, so what I bought myself from CC, I justified as a present to me. What did you buy? What did you get as your present? We want to know. And Vanessa says, happy birthday to Craig, Becky and Debbie. Enjoy your special days and may God bless you all with many more.
Oh, that's really lovely of you. Thank you. Thank you for all the birthday messages. And as I said earlier on as well, I know I'm fortunate enough to be the one that's here today, but a massive shout out and birthday wishes to Becky and Debbie Fisher for tomorrow.
And Archie just says, thank you for the chat around the glue gun. She says she now can't wait till her gun arrives.
Brilliant.
Right.
Excellent.
10 minutes then. We need to pop the flowers on, don't we?
Yes, we do. So before we do that, one thing we can do, let's do our sentiment so then we are all good to go. So I'm going to use The Sweetest Friend. That is from the Honeysuckle. So let's take our Flagstone alcohol proof. You might want to use quick dry. You might want to do some heat embossing. It's entirely up to you. And I'm going to stamp it onto my white card. So we've now got The Sweetest Friend. I'm going to go in with 2 of my nesting dies. The smallest one I'm using is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 diameter. So we're going to tape that down. I find it easier to stamp my sentiment and then arrange my nesting die around it, but you might want to cut it first and then stamp. It's entirely up to yourself. We're going to run this one through. Because these are really, really simple dies, Ben, what I'm going to do is base plate, frosted, top plate. I'm not going to put in the magnetic plate because I will not need that extra pressure. That's going to run through, so then that just means we can mat and layer that one, and then we can start to form all of the flowers and the leaves all the way round.
Yep.
So let's take that one out. So let's remove that, and then let's remove that one. Let's just pop that out, pop that out. So this one, we're going to add our sentiment onto our silver satin card.
Do you think you might have like a couple of minutes left at the end of the show? Because Urana is having trouble with her cutting. She says, mine is off when cutting 8.5 by 11 in half.
11.5 by 11.5.
No, her 8.5 by 11 when she has to cut that in half. So her like a... So that's A4 size, isn't it?
I'm confused.
She says, can Craig show a close-up of cutting which is the correct mark? Mine is off when cutting 8.5 by 11 in half.
So
I think she's saying, like, where do you butt it up to on the...
yeah. So
She wants to cut her 8.5 by 11 in half. But what, like she says, it's always off.
she wants to cut.
Yeah, it's US, 8.5 by 11 is US card size, isn't it? I think. I don't think necessarily like the measurement matters. I think she's saying like, or
so
maybe
like
it
the
doesn't
actual
matter.
grid.
Yeah. The message is, can Craig show a close-up of cutting, which is the correct mark? Mine is off when I cut 8.5 by 11 in half.
So the correct mark then, so if we just go for this one here, for example, so I'm just at the 6-inch mark here.
Yeah.
So where you've got the grid, you want to go to the right-hand side of the 6, or whatever the measurement is. You know, so if I go to the left-hand side there, that's now going to be a mil or 2 out, because that's actually just over 6 inches. So whatever the measurement size you want to go to the right-hand side of the line.
Or if you're asking about cutting 8.5 by 11 in half, maybe that's the question, where the mark is to cut that in half.
Right. Who was it that's asked that?
Urana.
Urana, can you message back exactly what you're wanting to
Yes,
know?
it's a bit ambiguous.
And then if we'll have time in the next show.
Okay.
We'll cover it in the next show. Okay, doke. Rightio. So let's bring our card blank in here, Ben. And then for this, I like to use my glue gel because we've got wiggle room. So I'm going to start at the left-hand side, and I'm just going to pop my flowers in first, so that we've got that curvature going. So for this lilac-y tone, I'm just going to pop that in. If you want to use your glue gel, your hot glue, by all means, you can do that. But for this, I like to have that movability so that we can then slot in our leaves. So we're going to come in with this one here, And then I'm going to do my sentiment last. We're going to pop it in last. If you want to use it as a little bit of a guide, actually, let's do it now, because I know the central position, because I've got my pencil line.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pop that in here. And then all that we're going to start to do is we're just going to start to tuck our leaves in. And I'm randomly, Ben, just going to pick one or so from all the ones that I've got. So I'm not going in any specific order, any colour order. Don't worry about seeing any glue gel, because we're going to come back and tuck more of the foliage leaves in. But all that we're just going to want to do is start to follow along that pencil line. Some were going out, some were going in. It's just a way to then follow the pencil and then start to create that tuck in with the foliage leaves.
Fab demo, Cecily, so clearly explained. I think I may be able to try this. Thank you, Craig.
You're welcome.
Tanya says, love watching Craig's demos, so inspirational. And Cindy says, Craig, do you ever put a little ink around the edge of the sentiment before you add it to the card?
I sometimes will add ice grey too.
Yeah.
Around the sentiment or the stamped image, depending on what it is. I'll sometimes do that, but not. I tend to go through phases, Ben.
Okay.
I'll do it all the time, and then I'll maybe not do it for a couple of weeks.
Karen says, hi Ben, happy birthday for tomorrow, Craig. I'm just in from work, off to London on the 6th of July for work, but get the train as there's no way I would drive down there. Yeah, you want to avoid driving around London if absolutely possible, because it's not a pleasurable experience. And Maggie Fielding says, happy birthday, Craig and Debbie for tomorrow and Becky for today. Sorry, not doing the craft along as I'm busy making Christmas tags at the moment in the sun and can't miss you out. So hello, Ben. Thank you, Maggie. Hello.
No apologies needed. I know a lot of people do the craft along afterwards because then you've got more ability to pause and rewind and mute me if you want to.
Oh, we wouldn't want to mute you.
You never know, some might.
No.
Some might.
No. 2 CC parcels today, says Suzanne Dawn. 2 Craig and Ben photos and another one to come.
Yes.
Says Suzanne. More Craig and Ben photos than you know what to do with.
Sell them.
Sell them. You get yourself at least 10 cents for one of those, maybe.
You might be lucky and get, £1 or £2. You can maybe pay someone to take them off your hands.
And Uranu. I thought you said it was Uranu. Now I'm confused. Anyway, thank you, you say, when making 2 card bases. Oh, your mark is what I was doing wrong.
Right, okay.
So I think you've now solved it.
Gotcha. Yeah. The other way to do it is, as I've done at the start of the show, if you've got a big piece of cardstock, fold it in half to the size that you want your card blank to be, and then trim. So you've got that option.
So all these little things do make the difference, particularly when you are, like you're matting and layering as well.
What
you
they do.
have to be fairly precise, don't you? Or very precise.
They really, really do.
Yeah.
They do make that little bit of a difference, but it really is where your guillotine is a godsend.
Yes.
Absolutely. There's a time and a place for your V-blade trimmers, but for me, when it comes to mat and layer, and I know I've shown you, gone over it time and time again, but your guillotine really is the best cutting implement to do your perfect mat and layers.
You've got your trimmer tonight on Cartload.
I do indeed.
On a fab deal.
I do indeed.
We've also picked our winner in this show as well for the prize pile, so stand by, could be you.
Awesome. I'm just going to finish what I'm doing here, and then I'm just tucking the last few bits and pieces in. Let's do one more. I've got a lighter green here. So overlaying to get that rustic feel, that dimensional feel, and then that, actually let's just put one light one into here. So let's press and tuck that. Let's move that. And a great thing, and this is why I use my glue gel, is you can tuck, you can move, you can reposition And then there we go. So if I move that out the way, and then you've got the sweetest friend, creating that lovely floral wreath, multiple cuts when it comes to the leaf and the foliage, and then cutting 2 of the flower dies, quill them together to create a 7x7 card.
I think that is a marvellous project. What say you at home? Thank you everyone for the lovely comments coming through. What a stunning card, says Vanessa Fuentes. I'm going to try this one. Quick look and then I'll announce the winner. So if you want to go for the collection, don't forget you've got options. If you just want to go for the dies on their own with the paper pad, you can shop the show for that, but basically you get all of the dies there, which are going to cut your card or your paper like so. And as you've seen Craig doing through the show, you can use your tweezers, quilling tool. I mean, Lily says she uses her fingers. It's entirely up to you how you do it to create the roll up, to create the beautiful flowers. Foliage dies, of course, are included in there as well. And then you get your paper pad. So there's 48 sheets in there of all the colours that you need to be able to create your beautiful flowers with the foliage. If you go for the showstopper, then on top of that, you are going to get your honeysuckle 6x6 pad. You are also going to get your Enchanted Ocean 6x6. And you will get your 24 sheets of linen cardstock. That's an extra £16 or 25 bucks, but you should be paying £26 or 39 bucks. So you are making a big saving across that. And it's all kind of like core craft room stuff as well, isn't it? Which I think is why a lot of people originally went for the showstopper and are doing so again today. Hi, Amanda. She says, I bought the showstopper, the glue pens, new sheets for my Gemini, and some clearance Christmas dies. Thank you, Amanda. And thank you to everyone for all the lovely comments coming through. The winner in this show of my prize bundle for her comment on YouTube is Leslie Smith. Thank you, Leslie. Congratulations, Leslie. All you need to do to claim your prizes is send us a little message, ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send us a little message with your address and we'll get all of those goodies sent out to you. What a show, what a card, what a project, what a day. And we are not done yet because we are a couple of hours away from Cartload, Mr. Craig's favourite show of the week, isn't it, Cartload?
It is indeed. Absolutely love Cartload. I love the fast pace. I love the deals, incredible deals that we've got today. So I cannot wait.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just labelling up your prize now, Leslie, so make sure we get it to the right person. So congratulations. If you want to win, by the way, we've got another prize bundle to give away in Cartload. It is, I suppose, the official launch of our summer sale, and there are going to be some fantastic deals for you to be had. It's going to be fun, going to be fast, going to be furious. Just remember, as we kind of move into that era of summer sale, we end our outlet clearance sale today. So if there's anything that you like in that section of the website, then do make sure you get those deals checked out. Must end at midnight tonight. Lovely card, says Carol. And Rhonda says, Ben, I love your shirt. I don't think my hubby has that one. Takes a very special person to pull this one off, you know. We'll see you in a couple of hours. Bye.
Toodles.